last night, we were learning Nisim and Isaac Shihino and I, we were learning, and it was very interesting, because the guy, he's getting very, Baruch Hashem, he's getting very strong. And we were talking about how in life, what does Hashem have? What does Hashem have? What does Hashem want from us? And this is what the Gemara Masechet Berachot says. What does Hashem want? He wants us to have Yirat Shamayim. He wants us to fear Him. That's what He wants. That's what He wants. How do you fear Him? You learn Torah, you don't do Averot, you do mitzvot, you pray, you do Hesed, you do Tzedakah. You do what Hashem wants from you to do. Is that clear? How do you have Yirat Shamayim? The word Yirat Shamayim comes from the Lashon of Re'eh, see, that you see in God in front of you. And as we're talking, Nisim asked me a good question. He says, it sounds like Hashem has Yirat Shamayim in his, because it says Hashem, that's what He has in his, one of the things that Hashem has in His treasure house is Yirat Shamayim. So I said, does He have it or He wants it from us? So I answered him, when you have Yirat Shamayim, Hashem, Kivyachol, puts it in His Otzar. He puts it in His treasure house. Wow! You beat the Yetzirah, you conquered it. And this person that was getting more into the religion, he comes to Rabbi, the only time you can see if a person has Yirat Shamayim, how do you really know? Is when no one's watching, and let's see what he does. Freddie, please, listen. When nobody's watching, see what he does. So what do you do? Listen to this. And he told us a personal story. Right? Can I share it? Can I share it? No. Is it but I know, it's a worthy story to share, no? Yeah. All right. So like this. He's sitting there, and he's just playing. One of his friends, he said, he was on a vacation, and he was in a place where they served no kosher. No kosher. And his friend saying to himself, tells him, look, I need to eat something. I just landed off the plane. I'm starving. And it's the whole day. He's flying back that night. He has no food. 3 hours pass, 4 hours pass, 6 hours pass. And he's walking by a certain stand. And they're selling some sushi. So he said, the Yetzirah started playing with his brain. This is what he's saying about his friend. My friend, his Yetzirah started playing with him. So what happened? Nobody's around. Me, he doesn't care. We're friends. He knows me. This, that. Nobody in the community was around. Nobody, rabbis, no shul. Nobody was around. And this is what he said. He tells me, what's wrong with rice? What's wrong with rice? Something's wrong with rice? What's wrong with rice? Rice grows from the ground. They put it in water. They boil it in water. That's it. That's it. Then he starts rationalizing. If there's no problem with rice, how am I going to eat plain? So then he said, you know what? I'm only going to eat rice. He tells his friend tells him, I'm only going to eat rice. I got to go there. I'm only eating rice. I'll tell him, put it in a plastic, and I'll have a plastic spoon, only rice. But deep down, you don't realize that if anybody knows anything about rice, how do you think sushi rice tastes so good? You think it's just water and salt and this, that. They put all these different ingredients that you can't even, every single person that has sushi makes their own rice differently. And that's why when you go to certain stores, his sushi is better than that. It's the same thing, rice and avocado, right? That's what you get? What do you get? I know what you like, Freddie. Regular what? Avocado, cucumber, and wrap? Yeah, that's what you like, no? That's what you ordered last time, right? Avocado, cucumber. The same avocado, same cucumber. And rice. But this place tastes different than this place. Why? Because the rice is different, because they put different liquids and different things to make it better. So you're thinking, even so, it needs to have, you have to have kashrut. You don't know what they're putting in there. So he says, okay, it's only rice. Then what happens? As he's getting there and he's ordering the rice, he says, how am I going to eat rice plain? I might as well get avocado sushi. And he ends up getting not only avocado sushi, so now he has to say, how am I going to eat the avocado sushi? It doesn't go without sauces. Now they say, what's wrong with the sauce? You see how the Yetzirah plays? Only mayo and ketchup. Well, what could be wrong? So the Yerzer, how do you start? The Yerzer starts, you should just know that's the way he does it. First, he starts very, very, very small. The smallest thing starts very, very small. In every Avirah, this is, I'm telling you, his secret. What's his secret? Friday. Let's say it, What's his secret? His secret is like this. His secret is that he's not going to tell you to do the biggest Avirah. He's not going to do that. Because he knows, go eat taref. Go eat pork. You're never going to do that? There's no way in a million years you're going to eat that. No way. But if you start small, and he says, so the rice, then he got you with the rice, and then he got you with the avocado, and then he got you with the sushi, with the seaweed, and then he got you with this, and he got you with that. Little by little, you'll eventually hit Shong Avirot, where the Yetzirah was planning many years for you to fall in that Yetzirah. He's planning many years for you to fall in that Avirah. So he doesn't do it right away. I'll get him 10 years from now. You ever start a business? You ever hear people start a business? What's their prediction? What do they say? Oh, in 5 years we're going to hit this. In 10 years we're going to hit that. 15 years. And in 30 years we'll sell the company for 100 million. Right? Yes or no? Atash, yes or no? That's how they do it. Marco? They don't do it straight out. Oh, they build a business. How long do you think it takes to build a business? What do you think? Chick, chack, boom, boom, boom? Maybe for Freddie, he knows how to do it quick. But everybody else, right? What do? They're building the business. They go 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. They have a system. And in 5, it builds. How do you think the Yetzirah, what's his business, the Yetzirah? The Yetzirah's business is to make you fall. So how does he do that? It's his business. So what's his business? He says, okay, not right now. You're not going to eat taref now. I'm just giving you an example of taref, but you're not going to do Tavidah right now. But guess what? If I get you with the small things, little by little, then in 20 years from now, I own you. That's how the Yetzirah plays. And then it's such an addiction that you can't get out. You're like, of course you can get out. But it's very hard because it becomes like a web again and again and again and again. How do you think any addiction starts? Alcoholic. What do you think? The guy liked alcohol. In the beginning, he tasted the alcohol. He threw it up. But he has to get a chaser. He's going over there, getting Coke, making sure he drinks that and then drink a Coke. You know what I'm talking about? All day long, they're doing, chaser. Can't they? The Yetzirah say, I'm going to make this guy an alcoholic. He'll ruin his whole life. How? Take a little shot. Oh, the boys are drinking. You're not drinking? Come on. Have a shot. Don't be a party pooper. Drink! What does the guy takes a shot? He doesn't want to show it. Drinks some Coke. Next time. Yetzirah says, now he's starting to like it? Okay. Let's go next level. So he has plans for you to fail when? Not now. 10 years, 20 years. And guess what? This guy, that's what happened to this guy. This guy, not this specific guy. There was a person that I know. And this is what he told me. He came to me crying. One day. By the way, you know what the end of the story was? With this guy with the sushi? He told me on the way back from the plane, he said he got the biggest stomachache, right? He said, this is what he said. He said his friend got the biggest stomachache. His friend couldn't, Hashem punished him right on the spot. I told him, Hashem loves your friend. He says, why? Because Hashem punished him right away, he'll learn his lesson forever. Some people don't get that lesson right away, but he got a lesson right away. There was a guy came to me, bawling, crying. I said, what's the matter? He said, Rabbi, he said to me openly, I ate steak that wasn't kosher. I said, what? And you look at this guy, like there's no way he's eating steak not kosher. You know, you look at the guy, you'll see, like, what? This guy ate steak not, what? I was like, how did that happen? This is what he tells me. You ready? He tells me, I have a rule. He tells me he went to public school. So his best friends are what? Goyim. That's his friends. So he says, I had a rule, the whole high school, that in his life, he will never eat non-kosher. And he told me this, listen to the story. He said, my whole high school career, I was strictly kosher. After high school, I started a little bit and he started going to dairy. You know how the Yerzer plays. What's wrong with French fries? There's nothing wrong. What's the problem, Rabbi? Meanwhile, it's totally, you don't know what they put in the oil is tarev. No joke. They're putting all these things. So he started French fries. So a French fry, potatoes. Right? So he started. Then he got into dairy. What's wrong with this? What's wrong with that? But he had a rule. No meat. No meat. He told me, Rabbi, for 10 years, he hasn't eating meat not kosher, and he would go with his goyim friends constantly. That's his boys. That's who he would go out with. He would go out with his goyim friends. That was his friends were. And he said he would not. They would go to the rest. He would not eat anything. He would go with them, even to the meat restaurants. He wouldn't eat a thing. That's what he told me. Not a thing. He said 2 weeks ago. He tells me they went on a vacation. And they went to a steakhouse. And he has a rule. He doesn't eat non-kosher meat at all. Zero. And he said this time, every guy who tasted the steak was saying, oh my goodness, you got to taste this piece. He's with a boy, five of his boys, his goyim friends. He says, you got to taste this steak. You got to taste every bite. They're like, oh my goodness, whoa, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. He's there. He told me, Rabbi, I ate the steak. I told him, you should know. I'm letting you know from now. The Yerzer was waiting for this day. His business was to make you fall. But not just that. He said he's going to eat whatever I feed you. And he told me, he said, after I ate that steak, he says that night he had a stomach ache, forget it. I said, Hashem loves you. He wants to protect you, and he wants to stop you. Now, what does this have to do with this week's Parashat? What on earth does it have to do with this week's Parashat? You know how? I want you to read this pasuk. It's the fourth pasuk in our Parashat. That's what it says. Al tifnu el ha'elilim, velohem matzecha lo ta'asu lachem ani adonai Elohechem. What does it mean? It says Al tifnu el ha'elilim. What does it mean? Al tifnu el ha'elilim. What does that mean? What's elilim? Elilim is like an idol. Don't do this idol. And what does it say? Ve'elohem ha'secha lo ta'asu lachem. What does it mean? Ve'elohem ha'secha lo ta'asu lachem. He says, and don't make it. What happens? First, the Yerzer gets you what? He doesn't tell you make an idol. He doesn't tell you make a god. He says make a small idol. And then he says what? Make this idol into a god. Understand what's going on over here? Look at the pasuk. Do not turn to, I'll read it in English. Do not turn to the idols, and molten gods shall you not make for yourselves. What's going on over here? Do not turn to the idols, and then I say gods. Well, what connection? First he told me idols, then he told me gods. He says, what happens? The Yerzer first says, oh, make an idol. And then he makes it so great in your eyes as if that is God himself. Oh, that's a God. Yeah. He didn't want to just make an idol. Okay, he did idol worship. No. I want you to make the idol worship that's your God. Sometimes a guy make an idol, so he believes in God and he believes in the idol. He believes in God, he believes in the idol. This time, the Yerzer says, okay, fine, I'm going to make you start with idols. So you believe in God, you believe in the idols, but soon you're going to make the idol your God. And that's why it says, Al tifnu el elim. Be careful, don't make any idols. Why? Because you'll make it into Elokah, you'll make it into a God. You hear that? Hidush? That's how the Yerzer starts. It's his business. He doesn't want you to get you on. He doesn't want the small stuff. He wants the big Avirah. Small stuff, yeah, of course. He wants to get everything he can get, even the small Avirah, the big Avirah. But he wants to. You know how you ever go fishing? You catch the small fish, boom, 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 and then you finally catch the big tuna. I got him, and you get all 10 guys, and they're trying to pull, I got him. Yerzer is the same way. He says, let me feed him let me get him with the small fish. He's getting small avirot. He's fishing you in, until he finally got the big avirah. And then once he got you on the big avirah, what does he do? He goes, tells his boys, all the bad angels. Satan goes get all his bad angel friends, his boys. Show what I did to this guy. Show. I got him first with this and this and this. And now look, I got him with the biggest avon. Come watch him do this avodah. Come watch him do big avodah. Come boys, let's check him out. You know what's going on? But how did it start? Started with a small avodah. That's why, how do you beat the Yerzer Hara? By the way, I'm telling you a rule. Live with this rule. I live this rule. This rule is an amazing rule. Every avodah is this. Every avodah. It's Pesach, Masa, Umaror. What does that mean? What's Pesach? Pesach is what? Is like meat, barbecue. What's Pesach? Pesach is what? It's a korban. But we eat that korban, right? Back in the Beit HaMikdash days, we ate that korban. It's a korban Pesach. You eat a nice roasted piece of meat. That's what you do. You eat a nice piece of roasted meat. Wow, amazing. What's matzah? Matzah is what? Is matzah. What tastes better? Bread is fluffy and this and that and that. Matzah is, matzah. Tasty. Then you have maror. What is that? Bitter. Every averah, the Yerzer Hara does the same thing. He pumps you up. Averah. Do the averah. Go, 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 go. You pumped up. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Then when the guy actually does the avon, it's bland. It's not like bread. It's not that pumped up. It's not that fluffy. It's bland. It's a masa. It's not that. That's when he's doing the avirah. And after he does the avirah, maror, he feels bitter. Why'd I do it? Why'd I do it? I wish I never did it. It's guaranteed. What I'm telling you is guaranteed, by the way. Proven and tested. Proven and tested. How does the Yerzer Hara start? He pumps you up. Go, do. And you have to do it. You need it. You have to have it. Finally, you get to the avirah. And after the avirah is done, what do? Bitter! You get, it's disgusting. It's bitter. Why? Ask people in business, if they did a business deal, not honestly, right? How do you think it starts? People not honest in business. How do you think a guy gets an order of $1 million? He doesn't pay $1 million. How does he do it? He doesn't start like that. Start a little by little. He doesn't pay this, scrooges that. But then at the end of the day, it's bitter at the end of the day. Because no matter what, he feels, he messed over this person. He messed over this family. Why did he do it? He shouldn't have done it. Understand what I'm saying, Marco? You know what I'm saying? It's a solid lesson, no? That's just saying. The pasuk says, "Al tifnu alim." Don't even start with an idol, because one day you'll make this idol a god. That's the first thing. The second thing I'd like to discuss is like this. We have a rule. What's the rule? Who knows? What's the klal gadol b'Torah? Lior? What's the klal gadol b'Torah? Anybody know? Oh, very good, Josh. What does it say? It says over here, "Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha." Ani Adonai. Right? Now, do you know who said this statement? Marco, who said this statement? You know who said the statement? Which rabbi said the statement? You know what Rashi says? Amar Rabbi Akiva ze klal gadol b'Torah. There's something special over here that it's saying over here. Ve'ahavta le'kamocha. Rabbi Akiva says ze klal gadol b'Torah. What is Rabbi Akiva teaching us over here? Who is saying the statement ze klal gadol b'Torah? Rabbi Akiva. What's the understanding? Why Rabbi Akiva? If Rabbi Akiva, how many students we know? 24,000 students passed away. So what is it that Rabbi Akiva said that he sought to say? Like this. Rabbi Akiva, it says, he lost 24,000 students. How would a person react if a person lost even one student? Devastated. Imagine you have a Beit Midrash. You're pumping Torah. You're the rabbi. And then you start off with 5 students. You start off with a good group. Masechet Ta'anit. Right? If you have 10 students, 30 students, the shiur grows. And then Freddie tells me, Rabbi, we need to knock down the shiur. We gotta get the whole block. We go get the whole block, the whole 3 blocks. We expand from here to woo. So Rabbi, you're getting too big. You're getting 24,000. You're giving shiur. Imagine now you're going on mic. 24,000 students. You're giving shiur to 24,000 students. You know what it is? 24,000 students? Wow! And you're giving shiur every day. And all of a sudden, within a month, now it didn't happen within 10 years, within a month, about a month, to Lag BaOmer. What is Lag BaOmer? 33, right? About a month. And you see passing away, and away, and away, and away. Now you're left with no students. You feel not just devastated, you feel like you can never continue your whole life. But what does Rabbi Akiva do? He gets up and he says, I'm not stopping, let's go. And he grabs 5 students and he continues. And by the way, from those 5 students, the whole Gemara. Right? My question is, what did Rabbi Akiva have in him that he was able to pivot from such a downfall? What was in him? I'll tell you. There's a Gemara in Masechet Makot. Gemara says that there was Beit HaMikdash got destroyed. And after the Beit HaMikdash got destroyed, Rabbi Akiva and his friends, the Rabbanim, were walking, and what do they see? They see a fox coming out of what? Coming out of the place where the Beit HaMikdash was destroyed. Fox is running by. And all the rabbis, they say, oh my goodness, the holiest place, there's a fox running around? And Rabbi Akiva wasn't crying. He was kind of, in a way, comforted. And they looked at him, he says, Rabbi Akiva, how are you comforted? And he said, because, He left. He left, meaning to say that he's comforted what's going on. You're right. Not only was he comforted, he even left. Asher, yes. Right? He was happy about it. He was like, wow, how could he be happy about it? Like, what's going on? So he told Rabbi Akiva told his students, he told the rabbis that with him, he says, you have to understand something. This is a prophecy that the Beit HaMikdash was going to get destroyed. Navi already prophesied that. It's the Nevuah. And the Navi also promised, there's going to be, let's say, a fox, or this. Shu'alim Yilchubo. So it's a prophecy. So he says, just like this prophecy came true, so too the prophecy that the Navi says the Beit HaMikdash will be rebuilt. So even though right now it looked so bleak and dark, his attitude was a positive attitude. He saw in it positivity in it. And because he saw a positive thing in it, he was able to make the other rabbis around see, wow, I'm looking positive light. That's what I'm doing. And that's the same thing what Rabbi Akiva did when his students passed away. He said, I can't let this down. I have to look at right now in a positive way. What can I gain? What can I do? I can do new students, and these students, I know what wasn't the most perfect thing. Now with these students, I'll make sure everything is perfect. He looked at what's the positive right now I could do? I could spread more Torah. That's what I'm going to do. He looked at the positivity in it, and that's how he was able to continue. And that's exactly why Rabbi Akiva says, what's a klal gadol b'Torah? Why was Rabbi Akiva says a klal gadol b'Torah? What does he say? Ve'ahavta l're'echa kamocha. How do you love everybody like you love yourself? How do you love it? It's very, very hard. And people might do things to you. People might, really, even your friend. Say, this guy is my friend? This is not my friend. What's going on over here? But what? Rabbi Akiva is getting you a klal gadol b'Torah. What's the klal gadol b'Torah? What's the klal gadol b'Torah? The klal gadol b'Torah for Rabbi Akiva is that see the positivity in it. Just like I saw positive, and I was able to continue with the loss of 24,000 students and go on and get more students, just like I was able to see the positive where there was foxes going on the land of the Beit HaMikdash where it was, so too you, a klal gadol b'Torah, you want to know how to love people? You have to look at the positive in the person. Don't look at the negative. Look at the positive. You know the famous story in the Holocaust, where they finished the Holocaust, and there was a fellow over there, and he finished the Holocaust, he got saved from the Holocaust, and he said, I'm never putting tefillin in my life. And they came to him, he says, what? How could you say that? He says, I was there, and I saw this one guy had one tefillin, and he was charging the people bread, small bread. That's what you do. That's what you charge people bread for 20 tefillin. And the guy said, don't look at that guy. Look at the positive. Look at every person, what they were willing to sacrifice to put on tefillin. Yeah. Look at the positive. Look at the positive. You understand? And like this, you love everybody. Because there's always something that has positivity in the person. Don't tell me every person has negative. There's always a positive in the person. Alright? Right? Yes or no? Positive? You'll find something positive, right? That's what it is. Alright? That's what it is. Always, everybody has the positive. And therefore, you know why Rabbi Akiva is the one that says, Zeh klal gadol b'Torah? Because it is a klal gadol b'Torah. If you want to live life, you have to live life. You know, some people, I feel bad for some people. They hold grudges on others, and they hold, and they hold, and they hold. And it doesn't end. And it's, you know what? They're only hurting themselves. They're not gaining. The other guy who he's trying to hurt and he's holding a grudge, he couldn't care less. It's you that's eating yourself in. But if you look and you say, no, I'm going to be positive. Life is too short to feel, negative. I'm sorry to say, life is too short to have any negativity. We took a van, right, to the trip. And on the van, I was sitting next to the guy who was driving us. And he told me somebody did something to him, whatever it was. And then I said, how do you feel? He says, life is too short for me to hold a grudge. I just can't. I have no time to hold anything inside of me. That's what he said. That's what he told me. I have no time. It's no time. It's no time. Next. That's what it is. That's what it is. But you know what it is? What's klal gadol b'Torah? See the positive. See the positive in people. And that's why Rabbi Akiva was the one. Because he always saw the positive. He saw the positive. That's why he was able to pivot up. He saw positive. That's why he was able to get the nevuah. And there's every single person. Look at the positive in the person, and then you'll come a little bit to v'ahavta l're'echa kamocha.